Morning, dear friends, masters. Very warm welcome on behalf of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. Midway in the program, I'm sure y'all are excited and using tools. For those of you who are attending the highest expression of ourself, a CEO of our life. A team is not a group of people who work together. We want to make a team of a real team, which is a group of people who trust each other. Recapping what we learned yesterday about intelligent IQ and emotional quotient, we can get our jobs, we can get our goals started with intelligent IQ. However, what is the success? Is strengthening our emotional intelligence. And what's the secret? Is to put our heart, mind, and soul into even the smallest acts. And this is the secret of success. Patience and silence is the two wings. These are the two powerful energies, patience and silence. Patience makes us mentally strong, and silence makes our emotional well-being, makes our emotional quotient strong. When I was in my 20s, I don't think I would have ever understood this. But surfing around now, we can all relate to it. With that said, we have a wonderful session planned for today. And I will hand over the session. We'll have a small video and then we'll have...
Very important topic we wanted to understand because in enhancing our meditation practices, Patriji utilized this power of pyramids that when he stumbled upon it in the year 1982. These are special structures that seem to have something magical in them, that there is energy that is there, which for many, many people, when they go in and then meditate in the pyramid, seem to give them a lot more deeper states of meditative states. We looked at the research, and when you start looking at the research in pyramid, there's tremendous amount of research is there too. They always remain mystical for many people of how the pyramids of Giza were built. Out of that mysticity, when people start researching, they found that there is an enormous amount of benefits around this whole concept of energy. The whole concept of energy is somewhere linked to the pyramids are amplifying that aspect. In this program, we learned we're all energy beings. According to quantum physics, are 99.99% energy, very tiny matter. Seem to corroborate. So the pyramid that is in my background is the pyramid that we built in Bangalore, Pyramid Valley International. A large meditation pyramid where people go in, thousands of people can go in and meditate. And normally, pyramids for beginners providing deeper states anywhere, Patriji always said, anywhere up to 3 times more powerful than meditation outside. Like, if you meditate in nature, up to 3 times more powerful, in pyramids more, with music more, with group more. So pyramids are like that, where they're enhancing energy. And so this beautiful pyramid, and then many other pyramids were built by people, including we have 2 pyramids at our home. One for meditation with people, another at the top of the metro. There seemed to be a lot of research, and I was fascinated when I read this book by Bill Shell and Ed Petit called The Secret Power of Pyramids. back when I came into meditation, when I came in touch with Patriji. Let me share a few slides of Sam Osmanagovich, who is an archaeologist, and he researched and wrote a book about a lot of pictures. Sam Osmanagovich. 125,000 pyramids and more are there on the planet, not just the Giza pyramids. Many of them buried under water, in the forests, camouflaged under hills, like Bosnian pyramids that are discovered, which I personally visited there to look at it. Mayan pyramids we hear, Mongolian pyramids we hear. There are these pyramids and pyramid complexes worldwide, and only the Egyptian Giza pyramids come up, but they're there everywhere. I'm talking about the pyramids that built from a long, long ancient time. And it is misunderstood like anything. There's always the negativity goes in, so it's misunderstood. I said, oh, pyramids are for mummies. Not at all. They're there for preservation, and so they use it as a benefit, but they can be used for many, many other purposes. So pyramids seem to store the storehouse of energy inside. The energy that preserves, that energy that conserves, the energy that heals. When we meditate, we are seeing a lot of healing in the body. What's happening? Non-interference of thoughts, there is a lot of energy that your body, when the sixth gland, pineal gland opens, there's a lot of energy that goes into it, into the body. We receive a lot of energy. Energy is information, knowledge, wisdom, and energy for action. Pyramids seem to channel that energy. Every pyramid, when they looked at and then they looked through this Kellyan photography, every pyramid seemed to have a beam that is going from the tip, a beam of energy that's connected. Every pyramid, no matter what the size is. There is an experiment with a small, even keychain pyramids, a small keychain and a 1 inch by 1 inch. On there, it is made pyramids. And they look at a Kellyan photography, and they seem to have small beams. And a pyramid is built to the right angle. The angle is important, 51 degrees, 51 minutes. If we build a pyramid, and anybody can make these pyramids pretty easily with any kind of material. But when a pyramid is built at this angle, then it seems to have this magic called golden angle. If the pyramids are built with a golden angle, and the pyramid is what? It's water. So a lot of people are drinking. Vegetables and fruits kept in a pyramid remain fresh for longer periods. So people use them for preserving vegetables free. You make a pyramid like that, and you get a pyramid of that shape. It's got that angle, and they keep fruits and vegetables there overnight, and then they seem to be very, very fresh for a long, long time. They stay for a long time. Milk that is stored is not getting spoiled, even though you keep it in the room temperatures. For the whole day, it stays. Even though it's hot outside in the pyramid, the milk that is kept. So it seems to have some preservation capabilities. We at Pyramid Valley International did some experiments. And when we did the experiments with tomatoes, they stayed for 140 days outside. 140 days, 140 days of tomatoes, 75% success rate. That means when we put 100 pyramids, 75 of them still very fresh. Very fresh after 140 days. Normally, at that temperature in Bangalore, it's about 2 weeks to about 20 days at best. That's where they start getting spoiled. And so staggering 10 times longer, they're able to stay in the experiments that we've done at Pyramid Valley that you see don't work, and then they're putting pyramid under them. I mean, right above my seat, where I sit, because I sit for 8 hours, so then I get this pyramid energy freely. There's the way you see this person right next on the right side. Mount a pyramid to the wall or to the ceiling, and I'm sitting under it. The healing and concentration is a great benefit for students, and many, many meditators who got know of this are using for their children. Put a pyramid on top, so it has this enhances the concentration automatically. We have nothing to lose when we start experimenting with these things. So Russian jails, they experimented. When we say, how is it healing? They used pyramid charged foods. And so then what they noticed is that the positive behavior is changed and their behavior changed positively. They are now, the prisoners are becoming a lot more calmer, and then doing many things there that Patriji observed, and then he had with Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, pyramids built in many jails. Many jails have pyramids now, where the jail inmates go and then meditate there. Many masters go and teach meditation in the jails. Why not? Why not? The third benefit difference is deep meditation experiences. So there is preservation, there is healing, and there is altered states of consciousness and meditation experiences. Meditation done in a pyramid, underneath the pyramid is called pyramid meditation. This is a common thing. Many people buy these pyramid frames and then put them there at home somewhere and then go in and then meditate. And some are, of course, building, it's not a tent pyramid, but some are building concrete pyramids as such. It can be any form, whether pyramid meditation seems to be more powerful for people. High energy environments for beginner and experience of calmness to extreme euphoria, create a portal because there is an energy that is connecting. Osho, in his Pune ashram, built a pyramid long ago in the 80s. They constructed for spiritual purposes. There were places where spiritual sadhana could be carried on with great ease and advantage. He built it a pyramid long ago. There are many pyramids worldwide that people have built. So recognizing its power, Patriji encouraged people to build. There are at least 30,000 plus pyramids in India alone, in various parts of it. Many people build on the rooftop and then had tremendous effects. So then thereafter, the pyramids were built everywhere. So the first pyramid built in Kurnool, then another. So the first pyramid built in Kurnool, then another pyramid with centers. And then many people knowingly or unknowingly built pyramids. The research is tremendous. If we're looking at some of these books, The Secret Power of Pyramids is a starting point. The Pyramid Power by Max Thought on the right side is another great book. We will send a book on pyramid energy today as a free of cost in a free pyramid PDF. So take a look at it. It's got a lot of experiments documented. It lists a lot of daily uses of pyramids, my friends. But the Secret Power by Bill Shaw, the Pyramid Power, all of these, when you especially read them, there is so many experiments documented, many experiments done in Russia, in Eastern Europe. They recognized this ancient technology long before. And of course, from the United States, there are people like Paved Pyramid in Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Cowsheds Pyramids, Cows Pyramid in Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Cowsheds Pyramids, cows are benefiting, community centers, and pyramid homes. Somebody is living in a pyramid completely as a home. They made a 3 or 2 bedroom home here. And there are many such pyramids like this, different special pyramids. And then the global pyramids are there, Philippines, Bali, and this is a pyramid in Golden Pyramid. I went in Chicago. This is a Golden Pyramid of Chicago. Somebody who researched this, the benefits of it, has built it long ago, 1970s. Amazing pyramid to go there and see. This is some Estonia, there's a complex of pyramids. This is in France, the glass pyramid. And planetarium is made in pyramid shape. So like this area, botanical gardens, glasshouse pyramids. Worldwide, if you go conservatory. So dear friends, pyramids. And you can do research, and we're going to send this small booklet. The pyramids can be utilized in many ways in our daily life for preservation, healing. Just simply having a pyramid seat and sitting down on the pyramid while watching TV can be very beneficial. Sleeping, lying down, and have a pyramid on top so you lie down. It just adds to the energy, a lot of healing that happens. So we will see Pyramid Valley video sometime tomorrow. But let's go into meditation day, friends. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. We have Dhyana Jagath, who is the founder of Dhyana Jagath Foundation, a grand meditation master. We journeyed with Patriji. Is coming today after this meditation to share some of his wisdom. Some of you might have attended his programs, amazing programs that he brings a lot of science together with a lot of depth and breadth of concepts. So we listen to him after the meditation. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation, dear friends. Our goal is to go into empty states. When we observe the breath with the eyes closed, our mind becomes empty. So you sit down as you see in the picture, and then observe your breath, and then slowly mind becomes empty. Be in the state of emptiness. In case you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath, and again observe the breath. Observe the breath anywhere in the nose as a reference point. We call this breath mind. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. Allow yourself to experience that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. Spreading far and wide. Energy with infinite possibilities. The field of love energy, compassion energy, the longer you are in this emptiness, this field, the more experiences you draw into your life. is natural to have thought. If you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath to your friends and allow yourself to slowly find that emptiness all around. The more insightful you become, the more you develop your will. And the more intuitive you become. Merge into the emptiness. Inside of you, all around you. Everybody and everything are connected in this field of empty. This is your divine self. That self of inherent connectedness, friendliness. The more you experience the oneness, go deeper and deeper into yourself, dear friends. Friends, let's express gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, family, friends, colleagues, everybody. Be grateful to the grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Everything you use, the technology, the government, the system, the companies. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field, the universe. Helping us experience this beautiful life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Somebody is dearly working for transforming lives significantly. My dear friend, Dhyana Jagath, we go a long way since 2003. Since 2003, the first time I met him. Hi, Shreyans.
Hi, Chandra. Good to see you.
Great to miss the program. Last program we couldn't have you here. So we go a long way with Shreyans, where since 2003, we were together at Pyramid Valley, the Pyramid Valley International. Some of you, when I visited, it was there to what it is today. It's because of purely Dhyana Jagath's efforts. The beauty is that whatever that he experiences, he wants to see that everybody experiences. That's really how he has always worked, even though he lives in Bombay, but then the passion to build an international meditation center of highest standards and quality, and then provide that to everybody who visits the place. And then now an amazing amount of teaching that Shreyans is doing, so we'll introduce him formally. So thank you, Shreyans, for taking time to come back here. I know you're doing so many retreats that you're doing now. And then we have a journey together. Some people are there for us in our lives where they transform, they are basically make a significant impact in our life. And Shreyan's Jagath is like that for me. Not only Pyramid Valley will help me to fulfill my purpose by being part of the project, but then he's part of the company that he invested, which without his help, we wouldn't have been really successful the way we were able to bring it to success with IBM. As he was a great investor, friend supporting me and then helping me grow this company all throughout. And then ultimately see that it's successful. So a business friend, my spiritual friend, and in many ways and personal friend, I owe a lot of gratitude to Shreyans here. Few people like that we all have. So thank you, Shreyans, for everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Chandra, and I feel the same way. I mean, I have learned so much from you since 2003. We've been together, and your sincerity, your perseverance, your optimism is amazing. You know, no matter what the situation is always optimistic. And now that we have taken initially we started with spirituality, then we became business friends, and then last few years we both have taken the path of teaching. So, which is amazing how our journeys cross each other, and we somewhere we are on a similar path. And not only Chandra, but his whole family. I mean, it's the work they are doing is so amazing, though so dedicated, so sincere. So I always take
knowledge of spirituality, meditation, spiritual masters, including Bruce Lipton, spiritual masters, including Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Jim Quick, Jack Canfield, and others. So we're so fortunate to hear you. So thank you. It's all yours now.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you so much. And welcome all of you. It's really my honor and privilege to be here. So friends, Chandra, I was just talking to him last night, and he said, today I want you to talk on inner talk or self-talk. And again, this is a topic of my interest, because this is usually a thing which we just take it for granted. So today I'm going to talk about our inner, we can live in our future, we can go in our past, we can, sitting here, I can use our imagination to be in America or wherever. This is the power of our mind, right? And then we have two minds. One is our conscious mind, and one is a subconscious mind. Now, conscious mind is represented by our brain, and our subconscious mind is represented by our body, right? So how is it represented by our body? So whatever happens, whatever we do creatively, whatever you think, eventually our body releases a chemical and we feel. And what we feel, now the moment you feel it, it goes into your subconscious mind, right? The only way the subconscious retains information is through the means of the feeling. The only way a conscious can convey or translate that message into subconscious mind is through a means of feelings. So feelings is the only way through which the subconscious mind retains information. Subconscious mind does not understand the language of whatever language you're using. Doesn't matter, it is English, Hindi, or whatever, any language. But the only language it understands is the language of feelings. So no ideas can be impressed on the subconscious mind unless it is felt. Now, but once it is felt, the subconscious take it as true. Subconscious take it as reality. And then it will, and it does not have any judgment. It does not decide, oh, this is right, this is wrong, I'll take this, I will not take this. It is a conscious mind which is selective. It is personal. Conscious mind can decide what information I want to think, not think. But subconscious mind, once felt, now whether it is a positive feeling, negative feeling, fear-based feeling, love-based feeling, whatever is the feeling, once felt, the subconscious takes it as true and stores in our body. Right? So, and these emotions are stored in our body. And our body, so our body is a memory bank of all these emotions. So thoughts are the language of the brain, but feelings are the language of the body, right? So that's why anything happens in our life, our body just feels, our body just behaves. Our body is on autopilot. It is in a default mode network. We just reacts, right? We are most of the time, rather than responding, we react because of this subconscious memory, because we see everything in our life from the lens of those past. From the past emotions, from the past circumstances or experiences. Because the end product of any experience is an emotion, right? And now and the emotions are nothing but the record of the past. So now we see everything from the lens of those past or those emotions. And that's how we behave. That's how we judge situations. So one is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Right? And the other gift we have, one is of the mind, and the other gift we have is of the speech. So as I said, mind has two parts, conscious and subconscious. Conscious is represented by our brain, and subconscious is represented by our body. And the speech, there are two speeches, right? One is outer speech, and one is inner speech. Outer speech, everyone can hear. Everyone, when you speak, when you voice it out, when you speak it loudly, that is the outer speech, and that is what we usually try to control that speech, because we want to be socially correct. We want to be diplomatic. Even though I meet somebody for the first time, just to people pleasers, we become people pleasers. It could be just pleasing others. But inner speech is always very true, because this is something that you believe it to be true. That is what is your conversation with yourself. So the outer speech, a lot of times, the outer speech may not carry any meaning, and when it does not carry any meaning, when it is hollow speech, you don't really feel it according to your speech. So it does not go into your subconscious. Right? Because remember, as I told you, the only way the ideas can be impressed on your subconscious is through the means of your feeling. And no feeling can be impressed unless no ideas can be impressed unless it is felt. So the outer speech, a lot of times it is hollow words, and you don't carry any meaning. So that is not backed by a feeling. So it remains only in our conscious mind. Now, but our inner speech is always backed by a feeling, our inner talk. What is our inner conversation going on? Because we believe it to be true. We believe it to be right. And so it is backed by a feeling. And because we feel it, it goes directly into your subconscious. And what is impressed on your subconscious shall be expressed in your life. Yes, our subconscious is the womb of creation. Right? Because the moment you feel it, what you feel about is what you bring about in your life. This is how the law of attraction works. Your feelings are equal to prayers, what you feel. But what you're feeling is what you're praying for in your life. Right? So that's why it is so important to be aware of our inner conversation. We have learned to control our outer conversation, but we have not learned to control our inner conversation. Right? Most of the time, our inner conversation is about what is troubling us But it is that inner conversation which actually creates our reality. It is that inner speech which is creating our reality. It is that inner conversation. It is that inner conversation creates that is making our world. It is letting our world pushed out, and now we see it in form of tangible reality. It is that. So it is the inner world which is determining your outer world. And your inner world is determined by your inner conversation, because you believe it to be true, you now feel it. But a lot of times, our inner conversation is not in our control. We think, oh, I can decide what I think in my inner conversation. But I have no control because my body is a subconscious mind. Most of the inner conversation is happening is propelled by a subconscious mind. Because the inner conversation happens because of whatever is the memory bank of our body. Same situation happens in two people's lives. What we want is what we want. We may vocalize what we want, but the inner conversation is focused on what we do not want. Right? Oh, I want abundance. But my inner conversation is focusing on lack. Is focusing on my current life situation, or my bank borrowing, or my bank loan, or the amount I have to pay to the creditors, or my insecurities. How will I pay my next bill? And that's why a lot of times affirmations don't work, because when affirmations are hollow affirmations without feeling, it doesn't work. So what is important is be aware, be conscious of your inner conversation. What is the inner conversation going on? And God does not see outer speech. God only sees your inner speech. Because the universe only understands the language of emotions, the feelings. And your inner conversation is actually representing your true emotions, it's your true feelings, or vice versa. Your feelings are representing your true inner conversation, your inner talk, your inner speech. So be careful of what you're thinking. What is your, be aware. And whenever you are aware, my inner conversation is not in the direction of what I want to manifest in my life, what I want to create the reality in your life. Oh, my husband is like this. He is always like this. He's bad. And you talk to your spouse nicely, but your inner conversation is always of resistance. How the hell can she talk to me like this? How dare she talk to me like this? Outside, you may be very speakingly in a gentle way, but inside the anger, the rage is going on. The judgment is going on. So every judgment carries an emotional charge. What you judge is what you will draw more into your life. Because the moment you judge, you feel, and that carries an emotional charge. The moment you may be outsidely, you may be calm, but innerly, if you're feeling anger and rage because of your inner conversation, because you resist that person or the behavior of that person, so you will evoke more of that response from that person because of that emotion, because of that feeling. I like to practice, but if you have become aware and if you start practicing in the direction of what you want in your life, and actually not practicing and started feeling it in that direction, then you can enjoy it. You can use it as a thrill, as a fun game. I'll give you one example. Few years back, there was my income tax assessment was going on when that income tax officer was extremely strict officer, and my staff went and met him a couple of times, and he was very negative about my case, and it was the last day of the order where he was supposed to pass the final order. My CFO came very worried, and he said, Shans, I mean, you have to do something, otherwise it will be you'll pass a negative order. It will be a huge impact. There's a huge implication on our financial status of our company then. So before that, I tried to call him twice, and he had not responded. He did not want to meet me. So I said, okay, now last day, what do I do? I just decided, let me meditate. I just close my eyes. I meditate for 10 minutes, and then I visualize this person, and I'm meeting him, and it was such a cordial discussion, and I'm visualizing that he has given a positive order, and we have developed our bond, and he has given a positive order. And I was giving some appreciation to this person, so that was my inner conversation. I actually felt it as if, I felt that one with that person. And then after doing that inner conversation, I started talking to him, sir. I did not talk any business or work. I started talking, sir, are you into spirituality? He said, yeah, I follow Guruji. And so I told him about Pyramid Valley. Sir, we also have a spiritual center very close to Shri Ravi Shankarji's ashram. And then he said, oh, I've been there. And I love the place. I love the pyramid. I meditated in the king's chamber. And so that's how, then I told him, sir, I'm Shreyans Daga. I'm also one of the trustees there. And so we became great friends. So the conversation started. We became good friends because we connected on a very different level. And then I said, sir, I'd come for some small work. I would like, we have a lot of merits, and I wanted to explain the merits of the case. And he said, no, I don't need to know anything. Now, this is not your work. This is my work. You go home. You can go back now. And by the time I reached my office back, my staff and all were quite were quite concerned. And I said, don't worry. And after 1 hour, he uploaded the more positive order than even I thought about it on the system. So this is how sometimes the inner conversation works. Now, I had a choice. I could have again thought, oh my God, this is such a bloody idiot or a negative officer. How will he behave? And, and without spending any money, nothing, just using my inner conversation in the direction of what I want, the whole outcome changed. The same way in our daily life, in our relationships, in our situations, or in our business life, in our work, or in our family environment, we can, for our health, we can use our inner conversation in the direction of what we want in our life, in the direction of our wishes fulfilled, as if what we want, as if not what is going on, not obsessing with the current reality, with the current situation. Just because it is real does not mean it has to be that way only. It was real because we created it, because we thought about it that way. Because earlier our inner talk was like that, and that made it real today in our outward reality. But today you can change your inner conversation, your inner talk, in the direction of what you want for your future. And that way we also have a control over the behavior of others, because it is an inner talk and an inner emotion which is evoking that kind of a response from them, that behavior from them. The whole vast world is an inner conversation pushed out. The God or the universe or the quantum field, whatever you may not want to name it, they are only seeing your inner talk. You can't fool them with your outer talk. They are seeing what you are whispering to them in secret, because your conversation with the universe is secretly happening with your inner talk, not with your outer talk. So friends, this is all I wanted to share about. Just be aware of your inner talk, and I'm happy to take any questions about this topic or any other topic. Happy to take questions. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Shreyans, for making it so clear. Feelings is equal to inner talk often is the complete outer reality. While we have, friends, there is enormous amount of wisdom and knowledge. It's just a bit of what Shreyans could share today. And is doing so many programs, and if you felt ours in our program, science is there, then you will feel there is so much deep depth of science, psychology, and many things in his programs, in his material that is put together very, very diligently. And if you thought I am diligent, then it is, and diligent to the nth degree that he is doing it so much more comprehensive that his talks are. So feel free to raise your hands to ask questions. We're continuing for more time till 8 o'clock. And so I see Ashok Mittal's hand. Before that, Shreyans, I have a question for myself. So how do you relate the limiting beliefs to this?
So our beliefs, what are our beliefs? Our beliefs are our most practiced thoughts. And most practiced inner thoughts, inner talks. The thought you keep thinking again and again, over and over again, becomes your belief system. So actually your inner talk is coming from your beliefs. And that solidifies more of that belief. The more you think the same thought again and again, it will become your belief. Initially, it was just a thought. You thought about it many, many times, then it becomes your belief. Now the belief propels you to think the similar thoughts. Then you think again, and then your belief becoming stronger and stronger. But false beliefs change as and when emotions change, as and when feelings change. Because that belief translates into feeling. Now, there's one way to that the psychological way or the psychoanalysis way is to become aware of your belief and break that belief into a direction of what you want to change your belief systems, or through being being aware of your inner talk, being aware of your through knowledge, through right guidance. You can say, oh no, this was my limiting belief, and the reality is this. And the other way is to change your emotions through meditation or breath work or all these inner practices, which you directly transform your emotions. So false beliefs change as and when your emotions change. So when you change your emotions, now when you change your emotions, now you think always equal to your emotional state. You always think equal to your emotional state. You will, same situation, but if you're stressed, you will think differently. If you're calm and peaceful, you will think differently. You always think equal to your emotional state. So when your emotional state changes, your belief system naturally changes. Your false beliefs will naturally drop away. If I'm feeling abundant, if I'm feeling, say, joy, or if I'm feeling, then I will not have the belief system of lack of money. Oh, money does not go on trees, no pain, no gain. Only if I work hard, then I can make money. But when I'm feeling abundant, you feel money comes. You will actually believe that money comes, flows into my life so effortlessly. Rather, you will feel grateful. You will feel more thankfulness to the universe. So now your thoughts are in a different direction. But if you're feeling, no matter how much money you have, but if your feeling is of the lack, or maybe you're comparing with others, I only have so much money, but other has so much more money, and the feeling is of the lack, then you're thinking your belief is different. So your false belief change as and when the feelings change. So both ways we can change it. By the way of feelings, and secondly, by the way of awareness, by the way of right knowledge and right understanding.
Thank you. Thank you, Shreyans. That clarity is really helpful. Friends, in our week, this week, emotional intelligence, and if they are leading to great relationships, this inner talk, also reflecting the first mirror of Hessian mirrors, a lot. 99% of what we experience every day in relationships is based on what we are thinking, moment to moment. That example that Shreyans gave, the moment you change this conversation, there is a huge impact. Even that IT officer had that influence instantaneously. And so there are many things. So thank you, Shreyans, for a very important topic today. So let's take to the questions. So yes, Sonal, please go ahead.
Yes, we have Ashok sir here. If you would unmute yourself, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Sonal madam, and thank you, Chandra sir, and thank you, Shreyans sir, giving us so much insights. My small query is that as we understand that thoughts are in the mind and the feelings are in the body. And body is comprised of cells. And the DNA is a part of the cells. And in DNA, we are carrying memories from our past lives and our past in the present life. Now, these are already hidden in the body, and there are psychosomatic problems manifested in present day life. So I think we have understood the concept as a philosophy, but as a practice, I understand that we have to work on ourselves a lot and release those suppressed emotions, and then we can rethink and reprogram our mind. So it is always there that if we don't try to do it, and then we will always react in the situations or argue in the situations, and without understanding others' perspective, and it happens. So should we practice different tools available, or meditation will take care of everything, sir?
So meditation can take care of everything, but meditation is again a tool, and you can practice other spiritual tools like say past life regression is there, or breath work is there, and all complement each other. It is not either or. They all complement each other, and there are many other tools like emotional freedom techniques. There are so many modalities of working on your emotional self. And as you spoke about DNA, so our DNA, we've been believed that it is genetic, so our disease is genetic, or our emotional condition is genetic because my father was like this or my grandfather was like this, so I'm predisposed to that emotional condition or to that physical ailment. It is not like that. Our DNA is not our destiny. We are not the victim of our genes. Our DNA, of course, it's a blueprint. We are born with that blueprint, but what gives expression to that DNA is our thoughts, our emotions, the environmental which we live in, and how we translate that environment into our mental and emotional health. That gives expression to that DNA. So eventually it is our free will. Say suppose my father had diabetes, and because he was very emotional and very sensitive and he would take things personally, and if I continue to the same emotional pattern of my father, then I will also get diabetes. But if I break that pattern, then I will not get diabetes. Right? So I may be predisposed because I'm carrying the same DNA pattern. So I may be more prone to it. But still, it is still my choice whether I give life to that, whether I give expression to the DNA or not. Right? So again, it is our limiting belief that, I have a DNA and so I'm helpless. What can I do? I have no power over that. No, it's not about that. Your free will overrides everything, including your DNA. And as you spoke about cells, so as we store all these emotions in our body through our life experiences, through our innocence to survive those life suffering because of any adversity or challenges or contrasting situations that we have gone through from our childhood, So the end product of any of those experiences is an emotion, right? The end product of any experience is an emotion. Now we have stored, and that emotion is stored in our body. So the cells, so our body is a new body. Our cells are always regenerating. But when the baby cells are born from the mother cells, when those 25 million cells before dying give birth to a new cells, and then the mother cells die. So even though the cells are new, the baby cells are new, but they are born with the same. Important is to change the emotional charge which my liver, even after 6 weeks, regenerating, which is carrying from the mother liver. And every time you unmemorize these emotions, you liberate so much of energy. And then the same energy is actually available for your creative use, for your creativity, for your manifestation, what you want. Otherwise, these emotional charge consumes a lot of our vital energy. Research shows that after the age of 35, 90% of the energy is consumed by these old emotions, by these limited emotions. So only 10% is for creativity. So we don't, as you spoke about DNA it is still our free will, it is our choice to change it. And yes, meditation is a great tool for transforming, for release this emotional charge, for dissolving that old emotional charge, or for resolving the old emotional charge. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have Sheetalji next. Sheetal ma'am.
Namaste, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your wisdom. Today I felt like the real conversation with God. Like the inner talk. I mean, I heard inner child and inner talk, but today you explained it so easily that even if I read a book, I would get that content. You gave it in 5 minutes, sir. And it made me more alert to be aware of my inner talk for each and every moment. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Karthikji.
Yeah. Hi, Shayan sir. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Shayan sir, thank you so much for sharing that your wisdom. Actually, I always wanted to be a part of. So now, after I started my meditation journey, right, I started realizing, concentrating and improving my life, right. So I have a question related to inner talk, right. So whenever you're feeling in inner talk, right, always most of the people will be having some negative inner talk. If you're trying to do some work, you will feel like, okay, you won't be doing it. Your inner self will say, okay, you can't do this work. You're weak. You're
negative thoughts, right? So I call it ants. Or automatic. Inside there's an ant which is always bothering us, which is automatic negative thoughts, and that inner resistance. And what you resist, you persist, right? What you fight, you strengthen. Because wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. And if that is consuming our energy, then the outer world is nothing but an inner conversation pushed out. And then we'll draw more of that, no matter how much we are saying something or talking positive. So how do you change your inner conversation, right? So there are two ways to change, as I explained also before. One is through meditation, you change your emotional state. Because what is pushing that inner conversation? What is that limited belief which is coming up? What is that or negative impulse which is coming up because of the poor emotional state? Our body is addicted. Our body, because every time you think a thought,